trust, but just because this dialogue is a lot more comfortable for me, because you're fully aware of what the gay lifestyle is and what being a gay person is. So I don't feel that I have to really delve into and explain the nitty gritty of everything and try and show the troubles that some gay people go through. So I don't feel that I have to put as much work into talking about my responses and my feelings, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And I've asked you some quite hard questions.
Oh no, that'd be fine.
Actually, that probably is it for the questions. I think I'll quickly talk through the model that I produced. I think we've covered most aspects. So I mean, what I've got in there, and it's work in progress, yeah. But where I am at the moment is I've got there needs to be a really good relationship between the coach and the coachee, and the coach needs to be an ally, and the coach needs to get and understand the coachee, and they need to be supportive and affirmative of somebody's gay identity. And all of that then creates the kind of circumstances where being gay could be talked about. And then, of course, being gay might be irrelevant, in which case there's nothing to talk about, or the coachee themselves identifies that, I wonder if this is to do with me being gay, and then you talk about it. Or the coach might think, I wonder if this is to do with them being gay, and then the coach then raises it, which is kind of what I've picked out. And then whatever you discuss, some of the stuff that when I've interviewed other people about what's come up in coaching, it's either been stuff that's been around coming out or being out and being transparent at work, or there's been stuff that I've called offshoots of being gay, and hiding, that you mentioned right at the beginning, as being one of them. So, and I've got this idea that as gay men, there's a pervasive hiding, that we all get used to hiding stuff very early on in our lives because we have to. And then throughout our lives, sometimes, or some gay men end up hiding stuff that really is quite unnecessary, or we end up afraid what other people are going to think of us. And often it's unnecessarily. And the problem isn't discrimination from the outside necessarily. The problem is that we're afraid to disclose, or we're afraid what anybody else thinks. And actually nobody else worries about it other than us.
I get that. Yeah, completely. Yeah.
Would you have any comments on that kind of outlined the model overall? Would you have any comments or thoughts?
I mean, it's just interesting what you just mentioned there, because I suppose a lot of it, through my career, when I first started, a lot of things were hidden, and I wouldn't really divulge anything unless I was in a particular position or asked or felt cornered. And I always think I have still carried that with me a little bit throughout my career. And so I never feel comfortable saying that, I've got a boyfriend or I've got a husband or I've got, I'm gay, until a lot further on down the line, having known those people. Or sometimes I just sit back and let them work it out for themselves and kind of not give anything away. So I don't know if that is more internalized. And, maybe we are a more tolerant society anyway. And I mean, I live in Manchester, so, we quite, there's, all sexes, races, orientations. So it's quite an odd place. So, I mean, that's lucky, but I mean, not everyone's as lucky, in where they live to have that diversity in their community. So I don't know if sometimes I make things more difficult for myself by just not being open from the outset. Things got better as I've got older, because it just has. But as I went in my 20s to probably to my 30s, I wouldn't talk about my sexuality or say I've got a boyfriend, or unless I was really quizzed on it. And then if I did answer it, I'd probably go beetroot red and get all embarrassed and get a bit anxious and flummoxed, which is strange because a straight person wouldn't go through that if they're saying about having a girlfriend or a wife. But again, as I say, I don't know if a lot of that I've made worse myself by making it more of an issue than maybe it is. but it's all self-preservation, isn't it? It's all self-protection, I think. For myself, it is anyway. Just going probably back to school days where, there's bullying, you couldn't be gay, couldn't be out, and, being called names, it was commonplace, so you had to be masculine and that kind of thing. So I don't know if it's just, again, something that's just stayed with me, that's how things are in life, and you have to protect yourself and keep your cards close to your chest. But I am trying to progress with life in a more open way now, because most people that are in the work, not most people, but there'll be many more gay people in the workplace as you. So it's but I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm probably just saying what's just on my mind there. Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna just stop